here we are at day 29, almost 30 days, a whole month, and I'm still doing it. So gonna switch something up a little bit today. I've been using pretty much every day, I've been using the Art of Shaving cream, the sandalwood. I've got about a week's worth left. Just dabbing the tips, it lasts a little over a month, I think, maybe 45 days. Some people on Amazon, where you can order it from, they're saying, hey, it lasts me up to 6 months to a year. And boy, I don't know how they're doing that, and I don't think that I'm overusing it. I'm just dabbing the tips. I just don't see how they're getting that much. But I wanted to try something a little different today, so I'm using Captain's Choice Bay Rum today. And it's got a nice woodsy scent to it. Let's see how that goes. So we'll begin. Very windy. One thing, the container is a lot narrower than the other, the Art of Shaving, so I'm not sure, yeah, the brush will fit in there. A little more solid of a cream, so I'm going to have to swish it around just a bit, so I'll get, I think that might be a little much, but I had to move the brush to get any out. We'll see how it foams. I really like my scuttle. Love the scuttle. This is going to need some water. Definitely going to need some water. Maybe a lot of water. We'll see here. There we go. Boy, and I can already smell the scent coming off this, so it's a pretty powerful scent. I've read some reviews. Most people really like it. There are some reviews that a handful where it's just an overpowering scent to some people. They just do not care for it at all. I'm interested to see in how it compares. This will be the first time that I've ever used anything except for the Art of Shaving. We'll see how the glide and everything else compares. Well, that's pretty good. Keep the old face wet. We'll see how it goes on. I just got out of the shower and it's like, I don't know, 20 degrees outside. The heat kicked on, but still, my mirror's fogging up. I need to get some more anti-fog spray for the mirror. Well, it seems to be going on pretty good. I can definitely tell a difference from the Art of Shaving. I'm not necessarily in a bad way, just in a feel. It's not quite as thick, I don't think, but I don't know that that's going to be a big deal. Alright, gotta wipe the mirror down just a little bit here. Gotta get some anti-fog spray. Or something, I don't know what people use. Here we go. Learned a lot in 29 days. I also think I learned what really happened to my best quality Dobo. I think what happened is, after watching some other videos by other people, especially somebody who has been to the Dovo factory and who replaces a lot of scales and really likes Dovo, and he has a shave shop as well, is you can't bend the best quality, the scales, more than about 2 and 10. If you go any further than that, I think I was going about 90 in some cases, it puts a lot of pressure back here and it will snap them. And that doesn't seem to be the case with this particular razor. But it is the case with that best quality. So you got to be very, very careful. In the 29 days I've been doing this, I've learned that angle is very important. I think too little of an angle and you don't really get a good snap of the hair. Too much of an angle and you just scrape. So 30 degrees or one width of the spine is about right. And then probably the most important thing, or the critical thing, apart from angle of the shave, has to be stretching that skin. If you don't get a good skin stretch, you're hosed. You're not going to get a good shave. There's still some things I'm working on. I don't find this to be an overpowering scent. When I first started mixing it up, it was definitely, I could smell it, and I can still smell it, but it's not offensive, it's not overpowering, it's a nice woodsy scent. Maybe, I'm not a what would you call it, odor connoisseur, I don't know the name for it. I'm not going to be one that's going to be able to identify a lot of the different scents, the smells that you'll get. So don't everybody all at once get online and say, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. To me, that's just what it reminds me of. Yeah, stretching the face is so important. Still learning, still trying to figure out, well, I'm starting to get in the groove of a pattern of how I'm shaving. I'm still trying to figure out like the trough areas underneath the chin and down either side of the esophagus. I'm still trying to figure out how to stretch those to the point where I get a good shave there. See, it takes it right off, but it still feels just a little gritty right here. So I'm really trying to understand that, figure out what to do. Don't mirror. Last couple of days I've been getting some little nicks as I go. So I don't know if I need to touch up the razor a bit. Doesn't seem to be pulling. Or maybe it's just angled. Might as well just keep that towel out. And maybe it's just dexterity, because where I'm using my right hand to shave, this side does pretty good. The left hand doesn't do too bad, but not as good. All coming together. Stropping. Stropping is something that is really coming together. Used to be uncomfortable to strop for any length of time. You know, I'd have to rest, not really rest, but readjust the razor after about 15, 20 passes. Now I can just about go all 60 to 70 passes before and not have to readjust. So it's getting more and more comfortable. Understanding the right cream to water ratio, soap to water ratio, was something that I had to learn, but that came after about a week. I'm getting really good shaves, but I don't know that I'm getting them consistently. Some days I'm like, wow, I got a really fantastic shave. And then other days, like yesterday, it was like, you know, it's an okay shave, but I wouldn't call it fantastic. We'll see what today is. Not bad. That was nice and smooth. So I still have some roughness right here. And so it's been a struggle trying to figure out how to stretch that properly to get rid of that. And the angle that I'm supposed to come in. I just don't know. It's a puzzle. It was a lot better. It's almost like I need to come in, you know, from right to left, but I can't do that. But that kind of helps, coming in sort of at that angle. That's probably the best I've ever had that. So it does make a difference in stretching and angle techniques. It really, really does. Find the one that works for you. I think my wife cleaned the mirrors yesterday and washed whatever anti-fog I had off. That's the best I've ever got that as well. So I don't know if it's a switching up of the cream or if I'm just paying attention to like coming up like this, maybe twisting my wrist a little bit. That's a good shave day. That figures I'd be up here complaining about the truck. Now it's a little gritty here, but it's not so bad here. Where was that? Where was that? Not enough to really complain about, I guess. Boy. That's good. That's good. Not complaining today. Good shave. Good shave. Day 29, best shave yet. I'm happy. And I'm going to go ahead and do this a little later because I need to clean my razor. After I'm done, I always wipe it down with some alcohol with a cotton swab to make sure that I'm getting all the soap film off and anything else that would be on there to help it dry better as well. And then I'll let it set while I'm cleaning everything else up, and then I'll give it a good stropping. I'll give it 10 passes on the cloth, 10 passes on the leather, wipe it down, put it away, let it rest. So, but I'll be finishing it off with the Bay Rum, I'm sorry, from Captain's Choice. You know, and it's been a good shave. It's been a great one for day 29 and kind of sharing everything that I've learned along the way. For those of you who have been following, I hope it's enjoyable. I'm kind of getting into the videotaping of this and seeing how it's going. But live life, everybody. And for those of you who are thinking about getting into it, do it. Do it, do it, do it. Great time once you start learning and mastering all this. All right, have a great weekend, and maybe I'll do this on a couple of days from now on Monday. Later.